gaslighting can push nearly anyone into insanity. It can cause an absolute break from reality. So what is gaslighting? Let's get into it. You've probably heard the term gaslighting before. It's used all the time, all over in social media. Anybody talking about mental health is liable to use the term gaslighting. At its core, it's a form of emotional manipulation. It's a game. It's a power move, a power game created by the manipulator, and you aren't allowed the rules to that game. The goal of gaslighting is to get another person to question their own reality. And that's pretty heavy, and it's dark. Sometimes the manipulator is absolutely intentional and conscious of manipulating another person. Sometimes the manipulator has soaked up this gaslighting way of being and has no idea that they're putting effort into undermining the sanity of the other person. It's just a communication style they've grown up in and learned, and so they just repeat without self-examination. It's been said that anyone can be pushed to murder. It can cause someone to lose their grip on themselves, on reality, on this life. The history of the word gaslighting comes from the old 1944 movie titled Gaslight. It stars Ingrid Bergman. Even if you don't know who that is, maybe you've even heard her name, even if you're younger. Very famous actress. Charles Boyer is the main male character, and Angela Lansbury had her very first film role ever. And for you young people out there who maybe don't know her, maybe you watched Murders, She Wrote with your grandparents. That was Angela Lansbury. Maybe you remember the voice of the teapot in Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Angela Lansbury, she is a legend, y'all. She's passed away in the last few years. The movie Gaslight is available to stream on Amazon Prime and available to rent on YouTube right now. The movie is filmed in the 40s, but it's about the 1890s. And so that meant that the lighting was gas. Old gas lights were in homes pre-electricity. Now, the New Orleans girl in me loves these old gas lights. I mean, this reads as French Quarter to me. I think that's helped me remember this concept all these years. The main character's husband plays with her mind in many ways in the movie. He lightly flirts with Angela Lansbury's character, who is like a maid or a servant to the woman of the house, who's Ingrid Bergman. He flirts to undermine his wife's confidence. He flirts to keep distance between these two women so that they are on guard with each other. Better for him to mess with the mind of his wife with. This gaslighting behavior also works to block his wife from having ease developing a confidant in this maid, in this woman that is living in her home, who could and likely would help her reality test. And this would help her move away from his manipulations that make her feel like she's losing her mind. He plays his gaslighting game with her in many ways. The namesake of the movie, Gaslight, by turning off or turning on the gaslight. And his wife keeps walking into the room thinking, I swear I just turned that off. Why is it on? I just turned it off. Am I losing my mind? I must be going crazy. It's so powerful because it shows us how a very, very slight, tiny, in the grand scheme of things, minute, inconsequential thing, a light being turned on and off, what could be simpler, has the power to make us feel crazy if we are in the presence of a gaslighter. Her husband would come in and go, what do you mean? That light wasn't on. You think you turned it on? It was off. Back and forth, just playing with her mind. This is how gaslight became a psychological verb. He gaslit her. We still use this term today, 79 years later. Comment with the word gaslight to get a link to the full episode.